Alright, so I've got all of the pieces printed off. For the main blade portion, I used it was either 15 or 20% infill. For the palm, the guard, I used 35. I remember that clearly. Then also I used 15 or 20% for the pommel as well. For the handle, we're going to be going with an inch round PVC pipe because I did not trust anything I would print to withstand all this weight. It is a little bit thinner than this, but any bigger than this, and this wasn't going to fit. So when I wrap the handle, I'm going to epoxy the whole thing in, or like maybe test out some super glue. I don't know, not super glue, but hot glue. Um, so I've already sanded this down at a 120. You can see that it's not rough, or it's all sanded down. I'm gonna start gluing this together in sections. I'm gonna be using a mix between some Gorilla Glue Super, some Gorilla Gel, some Gorilla Super Glue Gel, especially in at least this area of it, and then around the seams, I'm gonna be using some hot glue, at least for the edges. For here, I might plastic weld. I'm unsure yet, but yeah. And then, obviously, of course, we are going to be spraying it with some filler primer, then sanding again, and so on and so forth, and you'll see little bits and pieces of that. So let's get right to it, shall we? Alright, so I've got it all glued together and all assembled, at least the blade and the guard part. I ended up doing three basically plastic welding marks. I'll fill those in with Bondo or maybe some other bits. Maybe I'll go wood filler on this, depending on what I can get to. I can already tell that this is going to take a lot of Bondo or wood filler to fill, and I'm going to have to do this in sections for the filler primer. So I'm going to start on this section, then I'll do the tip later. Alright, so I've got it all smoothed down. I just need to continue all the way up to 1,000 for the blade. I'm going to be doing 600 for the pommel and guard because I don't want them as shiny as the blade. But it's all together. It's all filled in now. I'm unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be done by the end of this month because it's January 29th currently right now. I was hoping to get this done by the month, but let's move on to the next step, shall we? All right, guys. I know I've skipped a couple steps, but the sword is done. Well, I say done. I might add some extra weathering later on. But the sword is done. I even gave it a detachable handle. Right here is a PVC pipe that at the end of it that slots into here, I drilled a hole so there's actually a bolt sticking into the PVC pipe so I can actually twist this out for ease of transport. The paint I ended up going with is for the guard and pommel. I went with my standard Rust-Oleum Antique Pewter. A great color. It's really nice to like weather because it's pretty much already halfway weathered. And then for the blade itself, I went with this Krylon Hammered Silver. That was really nice. I think anytime I go with a blade now, I'm definitely going to do this. And then I went over it with a satin clear enamel. And then for the black in between here, I went with some black shoe leather polish because in anything that I've seen for reference material, it's like completely black in here in the middle part. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to like basically because he doesn't have like a full scabbard, it's more like a pouch for his sword for the tip and the edges. He would probably have to oil this thing a lot so that it wouldn't rust. So like, oh, the center here is where he like basically oils it heavily and then he maintains the edges. So that was my story for that. Currently this sword is 5 feet tall, 10 inches. So it is just under my height. I'm 5'11 and a half, so I'm an inch and a half taller than this sword. which is nuts. Sneak peek, I got the helmet all printed out too. But and then for the wrapping for the handle, I just used some leftover tea weathered shirts that I had, and then I cut into strips. And this actually helps fill in the gap here, so that you can't even see. But yeah, looks absolutely amazing. Just really nicely. I'm actually really proud of this. Just looks so very, very cool. And then yeah, that is literally 5 feet 10.5 inches. I didn't exactly measure it. I literally put it against myself and it was just under my height. So, but yeah, it is done. I was going to have this video out a couple days ago, but then I got the stomach flu and I'm still recovering. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I'll go like this and try to excuse the mess. But it's actually not that heavy. I can't focus right now, sorry. But yeah, I am going to work out though, because any poses that I do want to do, I am going to have to work on my strength. But now I got to set this down. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. As always, my fellow cosplayers and nerdy printers, have a nice day, and peace out.